Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Evo Crisis, and in this video I'd like to give you a guide for Burntuar EX3 battle in the Christmas event. Burntuar is weak to wind, and while magic wind damage is more effective, you can still also use physical wind DPS, especially if you have it high overboosted. But Burntuar isn't a dangerous boss, there's no DPS raise near the end of the battle, and his attacks don't deal a lot of damage either. But at the beginning of the battle, Burntuar will have 2 sigil phases that will require you to break 12 diamond sigils, and there will be no more attacks after. And if you have strong winds, you could also go full DPS and just delete the boss, but I definitely recommend bringing something to debuff wind resistance and if possible attack as well. But yeah, Aerith, Nanaki, Yuffie and soon Cloud are magic wind DPS, but you could also use Seth, Tifa or other physical wind DPS, and while physical DPS won't be as effective, they will still hit very hard and the battle won't take a lot longer. But I'm using Aerith, Nanaki and Barret, and Nanaki will be doing all the damage with Aerith, and Barret just exists to buff their magic attack. And I also have many equipment slots empty to not overkill the boss and make the guide more accessible, but you should definitely equip your best offensive weapons and materia that will boost your stats the most. And also I won't be using limit breaks, and Burntuar doesn't resist any elements, so you could actually equip summons instead. Barret has Gear Voucher outfit with any limit break, Micro Laser to buff magic attack, Assault Cannon to buff physical defense, Wind Materia and Cura for AoE heals, and in sub-equipment slots Barret has Centipede to boost heal and some buff devour extension, and Guild Weapon with physical defense for allies. Nanaki has Canyon outfit with any limit break or summon, Canyon Collar for DPS and Silver Collar to debuff wind resistance, ultimate weapon, and in sub-equipment slots Nanaki has Apocalypse, current Christmas event weapon and Sephiroth Crash event weapon. Aerith has default story outfit with any limit break or summon, Floral Wound just for stats, Prison Rod for DPS, ultimate weapon, and in sub-equipment slots Aerith has 2 Galen Balor Humus Crash event weapons and Monster Hunter event weapon, but of course normal weapons are stronger than event weapons, especially those we had in year 1. While the boss will start charging his attack, I'm going to debuff wind resistance, do 1 DPS attack and also buff my physical defense, and you don't have to switch to defense on this attack, it will barely tickle, it's not dangerous, so I actually recommend staying in offensive stance, so you get max gauge faster. But here I'm also going to buff Aerith because we are about to get the sigil phase very soon, and having Nanaki just with the diamond sigil is more than enough, and Aerith will be just doing DPS during this sigil phase. Just one more to buff Nanaki and we should be fine. Last sigil with Barret, and we're back to just doing DPS right now. But also pay attention to your magic attack buffs, because if you see one of those buffs on any character flashing, that means you will have to reapply it very soon. But also we will get a second sigil phase very soon. Here it comes, so the same thing with Nanaki, just break diamond sigil, and with Aerith and Barret you can break or buff. Okay, Aerith back to being full DPS here. And actually I can buff Barret too. But after this second sigil phase there will be no more sigils, nothing. So you can just go full DPS here and don't worry about anything. Just have to reapply the buff. But also, very soon the Burntuar will start charging his another attack. It will not damage you in any way, it will actually buff your buffs. And that's why you want to be prepared for this, so be sure that everyone has magic attack buff, but also that you still have wind resistance debuff on Burntuar, because this special present delivery, it will buff your buffs and debuffs. So that just means that you get +2 on all your buffs and debuffs, so this is great because now you will do a lot more damage. And also those Burntuars, they are just here, they just exist, they don't do anything. So with AoE, with Nak, you can easily kill them, but also you'd be fine ignoring them. If you have 2 single target DPS, there's no reason to switch to kill them. Really? So close. But yeah, that's done. And it's not a demanding battle, it's quite easy because the Burntuar doesn't really do anything. It's not dangerous, so it's just a very nice, relaxing battle. And yeah, I really hope you found my guide helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.